What if the Earth suddenly stopped spinning? Imagine the planet and everything on it suddenly slammed on the brakes, but the atmosphere kept moving at full speed. The short answer is that almost everyone dies instantly, but the long answer is where things get genuinely wild. See, at the equator, the dirt beneath your feet is spinning at over 1,000 miles per hour. If the rock stops and the air doesn't, you instantly get a 1,000 mile per hour wind. For context, supersonic speed is only 767 miles per hour. While the equator gets it worst, anyone living between 42 degrees north and 42 degrees south, which is roughly 85% of humanity, is suddenly hit by a supersonic wall of air. Sure, ground friction would slow the wind down after a few minutes, but a few minutes is all it takes to scrub every single human structure off the map. And even if you built a bunker capable of surviving supersonic winds, you're not safe. To paraphrase comedian Ron White, it's not that the wind is blowing, it's what the wind is blowing. If the guy upwind of you built a cheaper bunker, your hyper-engineered fortress now has to survive a supersonic impact from your neighbor's house flying through the air. Up in Boston, it's far enough north to be just outside the supersonic zone, but the winds there would still be twice as powerful as the strongest EF5 tornado ever recorded. Buildings smashed flat, ripped from their foundations and hurled across the horizon. Down in Svalbard, Norway, the highest latitude town on Earth, the winds would still match a Category 5 hurricane. Nobody escapes. Amazingly, humanity wouldn't go entirely extinct. Anyone caught above ground is pulverized by supersonic debris, yes, but people deep underground, subways, deep mines, military bunkers, would survive the initial blast just fine. You'd also have the scientists at the Amundsen-Scott station at the South Pole. Since they're sitting directly on the Earth's rotational axis, the ground there isn't actually moving. They'd survive perfectly fine, totally oblivious, until they tried to call home and realized the rest of the world had gone dark. Then they'd notice the sun had stopped moving across the sky, and then they'd be deeply terrified. Back at the equator, things get completely apocalyptic. As the wind tears across the oceans, it atomizes the upper layer of water. The ocean loses its surface entirely. It's just a mile-high, chaotic soup of sea and sky. All that friction creates a massive amount of heat. The cold, deep ocean water mixes with the boiling hot mist, rising into the sky and triggering planet-wide apocalyptic thunderstorms. Meanwhile, the wind's momentum transfers into the water, creating the largest storm surges in planetary history. A massive, turbulent wall of water sweeps from west to east, swallowing entire coastlines and drowning everything miles inland. Once the wind dies down, a thick, eerie fog settles over the oceans. Without the Earth's spin, the 24-hour day is dead. Instead, as the Earth slowly clocks around the sun on its yearly orbit, day and night now last 6 months each. The day side of the planet bakes under an unblinking, relentless sun, while the night side plummets into a freezing, apocalyptic winter. But we aren't completely doomed, because we have a faithful companion, the moon. Before the planet ground to a halt, the moon's gravity created tidal bulges that slowly braked our spin. But now that the Earth is stationary, the moon's gravity would do the opposite. It would begin to tug on the frozen oceans, acting as a cosmic jumpstart. Very, very slowly, it would start speeding our rotation back up, eon by eon, until thousands of years from now, someone else can finally ask, "Hey, what if the Earth suddenly stopped rotating?" Thank you, Moon.